Lift my head up on top of my shoulders, drop my shoulders, and soften my fingers. Maybe in addition, instead of having my hands just be flopping down, very relaxed, I'm going to stay relaxed and open my hands just a little bit, fingers soft. Second, treasure the breath. Deepen the breath. I'll use my hands to show you what I'm doing for a deep breath. Long, slow breath in. And long, slow breath out. Then I'm placing in my hand, one hand the past and in the other hand the future. It doesn't matter which hand. And as I bring my hands together, it's kind of like saying, my attention on the past, as I turn my hand up, my attention on the past is just pouring out, emptying. I'm disassociating from my past. Same with my concerns, considerations, and excitements about the future. As I bring my hand up, they're pouring out. And I can say something to myself, and you can invent a little phrase, something like this, that says, now, on purpose, with intent, I'm agreeing with myself to remain focused on the present for the duration of this practice. That's a good place for a nice deep breath right there. And then open. Open means step out. And so to stay in the center of the screen with you, I'm going to step out both ways. I'm going to step out a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Check my posture again. Head on top, shoulders drop, fingers soft. First self-applied massage method is we're going to turn our torso so that our arms are swinging. Then make fists. And so now you may notice that as you turn your body, your hands kind of bump in to you. If you turn a little further and a little faster, then your hands bump into you a little higher and a little farther back. Now in the front, what's happening is that my right hand is hitting on my left side. So think your right hand hitting on your left side, right around the rib cage, and there's the spleen and the pancreas are in there. And then my left hand is hitting on my right side, the opposite side, where my liver is. And so I'm sending waves of vibration, which in China would be called Qi, to these organs. In the back, my fist that goes behind me is hitting on my sacrum. And the sacrum is where a lot of important nerves come out of the spine. Then, if I want to go a little faster and raise my hands a little higher and still stay relaxed, I'm going to sink when I come to the front. Sink when I come to the front, and then when I go to the side, I'm going to raise up. So I'm sinking and raising up when I go to the side. And now my hands, it's easier for my hands to go higher. So my hand in the front is crossing my chest, which is where my heart is. My forearm is hitting my heart, and my fist is hitting a very important part of the lungs. And then when my hand goes to the back, I'm trying to reach as high as I can to be able to send some vibrations to my kidneys. So doing this routine, starting with the organs, the pancreas and the spleen and the stomach in the front, and the liver and the gallbladder in the front, in the upper abdominal area, and my sacrum in the back, and then by sinking down when I turn and raising up, I get my heart, my lungs, and my hand in the back is reaching as high as I can towards my kidneys. The last thing now to add is to turn the body as much as is comfortable so that you're looking behind you. This practice alone is one of the most powerful practices, Qigong practices, that there are. And when you go to a Tai Chi class or a Qigong class, it's almost always will the instructor do this particular practice. I hesitate because as we stay focused in the present, you kind of get lost. So when I paused for a moment in what I was saying, part of what was happening is that I was going deeper into the Qigong state. So whenever I stop or pause, keep going, unless you're stopping and pausing for the same reason. And in that case, we would probably be stopping and pausing at different times. Now let's do this just a few more times with no talking. Now faster and farther. And then coming to a conclusion. Now turn your attention inward and notice what you're feeling. One of the most important things about Qigong is self-observation. Because if you just do the practice and then go racing off to the next thing, one of the most important things about Qigong doesn't happen. And one of the most important things about Qigong is to be able to cultivate the capacity to have awareness of subtle changes within our feeling self. And remember, there's two kinds of feeling. There's physical feeling, like I feel pain, I just slap my wrist, I feel the slap, my fingers are tingling, my body feels warmer. That's all feeling in a sensory sort of way. And then the other kind of feeling is emotional. And then what are my feelings? So when the Qigong teacher suggests to turn your attention inward and notice what you're feeling, penetrate to the depth of what feeling is and cultivate that. Qigong is so much less about the movements and so much more about what the movements cause. And when we have access to improved, highly cultivated internal focus and observation, then we can actually become more in command of our lives. It's amazing. It's one of the most amazing things that the humans have ever figured out. And it's not a new idea. It's a very, very ancient idea.